strong. Get out, get your education, make a living for yourself. But sometimes you can be so strong that you can't allow yourself to give the pieces to God. And that's where I found myself in. I question why. And why is such a dangerous question, because 9 times out of 10 you will not get an answer. And when I didn't get an answer, I became so angry at God. You're probably wondering why most of my songs have a common thread of love in it, because love is what completely turned my world around. A year after his death is when I first started dealing with grief, and I down spiraled so quickly that I went into depression so fast that I didn't even realize how bad I was. I thought I had it under control. And 6 months into my depression, my pastor called and he said, "Tasha, we need a music minister and I need you to step up and take that place." And I said, "I can't be that for you. I can't get out of bed every day. I can't motivate people and tell them how great God is when I don't feel like he's great." And he said, "Well, just think about it." And I looked at him and said, "Well, I just told you what I thought." So he kept calling and he kept calling and he kept calling and he kept hitting that brick wall. And he called finally on a day and he said, "I don't want you to say a word, just shut your mouth." Because us Southern women, we can talk. And he said, "Just be quiet, because God gave me something today and you need to hear it." And he said, "I feel like you're completely dead inside." And I said, "I am. Because if it's true what they say about you can see a person's soul through the windows of their eyes, my eyes were completely dead. I'm dead." And he said, "If you'll just get out of your boat like Peter did, and if you'll just walk towards him, he will meet you and he will give you an unending flow. And as you sing and minister to those people, he's going to give that to you, and in return, he's going to heal you. But you have to get out of your boat. You have to get beyond yourself." And I said, "I'm just so tired. I'm just tired." And he said, "I feel like this is your last lifeline." And what he did not know is that the devil had already convinced me that day. I had told myself, the world would be a better place without me. The devil is such a liar. He's such a liar. Because we serve a God that is so great. And he loves us so much. There's nothing we can do to cause him to love us any less or any more than he does right now. We cannot disappoint him so much that he turns his back on us. Nor can we buy his love with words. But I felt like I had acted so ugly that I couldn't turn back to him, right? I thank God that he gave that to that minister that day, and I accepted that position because I felt that it was my only way out. He said God knew exactly what to say to me that day. And I'm a testimony today that I'm alive only because of God. And if you're going through something today, let me be an example. I was very close to death, and I would not be alive today if it wasn't for God. He's so good. Don't we serve a good God? We serve a great God. We have to be so careful when we talk, when we speak, because the Proverbs said that we have the power of life and death in our tongue. We can choose life or death. And whatever we speak begins to be whatever we think. We have to stop it here. But if it gets up here and it plants, this is where the battlefield is. And if we can conquer what's between our 2 ears, we got it made, right? God began to deal with me after the first album came out, because we created an album called I Made It Through, beginning of a trial to making it through one. And then he said, "That's not the message. The true message is rising above." And I said, "How do you rise above?" Well, he began to show me that we can make it through something and we can say, "Thank God until next time." But we don't ever do anything with what we've just learned. We have to turn and help somebody else, don't we? So the second album came completely around the theme of rising above. This next song is the title track to that second album. We won our first award this year. We won Inspirational Album of the Year. Got a lot of hard work went into that. But God is good.